So yeah,
time to recite the sacred litany. 0011010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101010101.
So yeah,
down,
Star
up,
Child
down,
is
left,
now a
right,
thing
left,
again.
Right, B, sorry, up, down, left, right, BA, select, start.
But
why are you using my stratagems in Warhammer? Wrong franchise.
Star Child was like a thing how many editions ago in the lore?
So I have a question that was not. I have a question that was not answered. Is the reason Dorn put a bomb on Terra because of Apotheosis, or is that just a totally separate issue?
No, the bomb wouldn't have done anything, and I don't think Dorn was aware of the. I think only Melkador was.
Malkador and Vulcan were the only two who knew what the Talisman of Seven Hammers does.
Yeah.
And what's the point of it if it's not going to stop Apotheosis?
I guess that's happening now.
Previous biological impartation increased ritual efficiency by 3.56%. Limited combat history will be disclosed through communications with the chapter's tech marine. Got
it.
We got us a Deathwing boy.
Contain your intrigue. Tech priest cognitive reset will be performed at the sacrament's conclusion. God damn, of course. But you, the viewer, will know what happened, even if I don't remember.
Well, us talking about Apotheosis, I think everyone's getting just Grey Knights here. Just
yeah, and I don't think we're gonna even. I don't think we're even gonna get the. I don't think we're gonna even get the comfort of a memory. I think we're just gonna get a bolt around to the brain.
Yep.
I still just love the fact that we now have a pretty solid idea of what the Terminus Decree is.
Your Magus asks that I impart some account of our chapter's history to assist the vigor of your cleanse, but I already sense the fervor that our chapter's Redemptor Dreadnought, Brother Zachiel, stirs in you. It is well that he is in induced slumber.
We know what the Terminus Decree is now?
Yeah, we have a pretty solid idea of what it is. It's that genophage that was created to kill the Astartes' DNA sequence.
Though he has a few words, these are usually the last to pass into the ears of a traitor.
Oh, I think this guy went to Kadashan.
That's my guess.
Yeah.
So what I'm hearing is when we get done cleaning this guy, all we're going to hear is...
Slime Marbo?
Slime Marbo.
Slime Marbo.
Slime Marbo, I love it.
But seriously, why would he want these Astartes removed if he becomes the Dark King?
He doesn't want to.
Well, no, that's the thing. The Terminus Decree was... You gotta remember, the Terminus Decree was not made by the Emperor.
Mm-hmm.
That's Malkador's final order.
Yeah.
That is the when the Imperium has fallen and no hope is left.
Make sure that the heretics don't inherit the world.
Yeah, the Grey Knights are basically supposed to more or less suicide mission and wipe out every augmented human there is.
Hearing that there is to be an assault upon the nearby planet of withheld strategic Estimare B785, Brother Zachiel enlisted our chapter squad into the gathering forces. They seek to obtain a restricted artifact H class is of no importance to us.
Yes, I had a theory going for a while that that Fulgrim clone was going to be come back into play. I doubt they're going to do it at this point.
If he's not come back into play yet, he's probably not going to.
I think if he does come back into play, it's going to be whenever Fulgrim himself, Demon Fulgrim, appears.
So that was my idea in terms of I was trying to figure out how each because we've got the three Primarchs coming back right now with 3 Demon Primarchs, and they're probably going to keep in line of equal numbers of regular Primarchs and Demon Primarchs coming back.
Do you think Jagged Icon's ever coming back?
I think Jagged Icon is the next one to come back.
Can they please put him on a bike this time?
He will be on a bike because this man has been hanging out in Kamarau for the past millennia.
Yeah, well, they didn't put him on a bike in 30K.
Going fast.
Well,
that's why.
So the reason I think Jagged Icon is the next one coming back is
the one I want to come back next is it's never gonna happen, but I want Ferris Manis to come back somehow.
Oh, he is going to come back. Okay, so
Ferris Manis got his head cut off.
Yeah, but his soul is still there in the warp. Yeah.
He's an orc.
Okay. So here's okay. I'm gonna get the red string going on. So thinking about like Primarchs coming back. So we already know that the demon Primarchs that are coming back have been Aggron and what was the other one that was announced again?
Angron, Morty, and Magnus.
Okay, Angron, Morty, and Magnus.
Isn't Mortarion already back? I've seen people. I've seen Mortarion with model.
Yes, these ones are already back. In the same way that Gilliman and Lionel Johnson are already back. I didn't know Magnus was the third confirmed yet.
Are so
Magnus has had a model for a while.
Well, yeah. Magnus has had a model since 8th Fed.
Yeah, but
Magnus has had a model since Dark Imperium.
Is he considered one of the 3 that are quote unquote coming back in this round?
He never actually got banished last time. He's the one that got banished. Obviously, Angron, but Angron's banishment time is like super short. Like Angron can literally die, get banished,
6 weeks,
and
6
Korn
weeks,
just goes,
6 days,
and Korn just goes, all right, you're up.
Well, I think
it's more Korn puts him in timeout for being so reckless.
I'm more talking about like the IRL coming back because
in the storyline. Okay.
Yes.
Right now, I believe it is actively Angron who has already been going toe to toe with the Lion.
Yeah.
They've been hinting
Mortarion.
at Rabo. Yeah, Mortarion who.
It's not going to be.
They've been hinting at Purdy's getting ready to make moves.
So
Purdy did everything wrong. Man's an asshole.
Yeah, it's Purdy Rabo. He's like Wish.com Rogel Dorn.
And he knows it too.
Okay.
Do not look that up if you value your sanity.
Perturabo is not coming back until... my theory is he's not coming into the setting until Dorn comes back.
Okay.
And they're also not going to have him come in until the Dark Mechanicum is a faction. Dark Mechanicum is already guaranteed not to be a faction in the next edition. So he's not coming back as the next Primarch.
All right, I need everybody to be quiet while we play the time lapse.
Sounds good.
Okay, there's the time lapse. I'm going to get the next level up, read the description, and then once we're in, you guys can continue with what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't think... Or am I good to speak?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let me say the obligatory since we have Acadia tank in front of us. The planet broke before the guard did.
That's stupid.
Okay, now you're going to speak.
I don't think Perturabo is going to come back until... Like, I think if they're going to continue with, like, equal numbers of Traitor and Loyal Primarchs coming back, I don't think they're going to bring Dorn in for this current set, because I think he's one. Okay, I'm going to start talking a little bit business-minded at this point. They brought back Gilliman and Lionel Johnson. They're not going to bring back another one of the like crazy heavy hitters as the third Loyalist Primarch. They need to like pace them out for other ones. That's why I also don't think it's going to be Russ either.
Do you think it might be Vulcan, who's important in lore, but doesn't have like an entire army to his own?
I think it's going to be Jagged Icon.
Okay.
And the simple reason for it is they've announced that the 3 weapons, or the 3 pieces of equipment for the Primarchs that are coming back, or I don't know if they've made it official, but I think I've got a friend who's super into 40k lore. I see you got text on screen.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, you got text. You've not been reading it.
Okay, I didn't see it. Is there a way for me to check that?
Yep.
Messages.
Hit escape, go to messages.
Should this not be the case, I will arrange for you to join my forces gathered for the assault upon withheld strategic estimare 8B785. Indeed, I am certain you would fit in admirably with the ragtag collective of my vanguard. Among our numbers are the regiment withheld. Are you familiar with them, Tech Priest? While most of my number need encouragement from my power sword, with regiment withheld, I need to hold them back. On which side of my power sword might you fall, Tech Priest? So, he's got some Krieg. Beyond the regiment withheld stand 3 companies of Cadian troops.
You have to look at what each of these Primarchs represents. You have, Rowboat Girly Man, the Emperor's Wrath, the Avenging Sun, who has the Sword of the Emperor. He was literally the Emperor's vengeance, more or less. Because when the Imperium got ripped in half, who suddenly woke up?
Gilliman.
The one man who had the logistical mind to get them out of their disorganized mess and get it done. Now, that has been done. But what does he suck at doing?
Defending.
Holding anything. So here comes, the Lion, the Emperor's shield. Literally the Emperor's defense of his empire. The obvious answer would have been, well, Herder, what about Rogel Dorn? What about Rogel Dorn? He has the personality of wood.
Actually, I think Wood has more personality than him.
The Lion literally is a much more compelling character to use because then you also have the Fallen and the Redeemed.
Also, there might have been the whole fact that are they dealing with him being gay or not really?
What, the Lion?
Yeah.
No, they never brought anything into the new lore about that.
Yeah, and in the lore, the new lore, there hasn't been enough written yet. Like, he came back, less than 6 months ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, less than 6 months ago. We've only had, 2 books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My knowledge of 40k is stuck in 8th edition.
Do not listen to the ramblings of that infernal commissar.
Oh, well, thanks. Dude, I was getting ready to come down and get it, but thanks.
We in the Penal Legions pledge our allegiance to the Imperium voluntarily, and I'm honored to be part of this regiment.
Penal Legion.
Better to
like a
redacted conjecture in honorable futility than as a traitor in a redacted conditions and confirmed concrete box.
Maximum knowledge of 40k since my knowledge of 40k extends to 8th edition and 7th edition.
I highly recommend. What's his name? There's one YouTuber that has a super great voice for narrating 40k stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say Luton 40k Theories, Chapter Master Valrak, who is always good for a laugh, just because Foil Rack Fridays. Personally, I recommend avoiding Major Kill because that guy's kind of a.
Yeah.
Wes Hammer, on the other hand, Wes Hammer
is fun.
Great.
How do you say he's a chode?
Because he's a racist, ableist, homophobic piece of shit.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like quintessential dude bro Aussie.
Oh, it's because I'm Australian.
Yeah.
It's like, no, dude, I know plenty of Australians who are not a tool like you.
Like, they say...
I think I'm still subscribed to him, honestly.
He's one of those guys who really dives into the Aussie stereotype, and it just doesn't work out.
The only thing I will ever give him credit for is some of the custom-made models that he's released on his shop, proxy models, were actually really nice. That's the only thing I ever would give him credit for, because before all this came out that he started doing, he had a God Emperor model that he had released that was basically just so people could have that with the rest of their 30k Primarchs, and if you were a collector like that. Yeah. I have that model, and it is actually a very, very nicely made model.
What did he do?
He produces a lot of content and models and stuff for.
No, I meant before all the stuff came out.
What stuff?
I asked, what did he do?
No, that he was releasing proxy models and stuff for people that they could order, like resin print proxies. So like good stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's asking, what did he do recently after all of that? Yes.
Well, the most recent one he did is he went on a petty child tirade at Westhammer because they had 2 videos released in the same week that were similar to each other. Like, he has the exclusive market on covering Warhammer lore. Like, buddy, people have been doing this since before you were even a glimmer in your daddy's eye.
mean,
shut up, son. Sit down.
The thing that really made me realize, because I wasn't sure for a while if he was.
I need to use the bathroom.
I wasn't sure for a while if he was just doing a bit of the personality that he was portraying, because there's a point where it's almost indistinguishable from parody, so it was kind of hard to tell. The thing that pissed me off was the episode or the video he put out that was him he reviewed why every other 40K content creator was doing poorly except for him. Kingfisher, f*** you.
Kingfisher, f*** you.
What did I do this time?
Why?
Clip content.
This time?
So,
It's not the first time someone said you to me.
I remember how when you would join my streams and back when we were doing the Tribes games, you're constantly doing painting minis.
Oh, Yuri. Okay, I was trying to remember where I knew you from,
Yes.
and then it was Tribes. Okay, yes, yeah.
Tribes.
Tribes.
By the way, March 12th, hits early access. Can't wait.
Yeah, I'm probably not playing until April after I finish my thesis.
That's a totally reasonable action to take.
Whoa. Fellow doctorate in the making.
I'm doing masters.
Oh, master's thesis, understandable.
Yep. And here in Canada,
trying to
the difference is
if I want to jump back in and actually finish for my doctorate. I'm like, is it really worth it at this point?
You've come this far, might as well finish it.
I'm not someone in a field
Do you not have a time limit on
that...
your doctoral dissertation?
No?
Say again?
Is there not a time limit on doctoral dissertations?
I was getting ready to start on mine, and then some family stuff happened, and I held off on doing it.
Yeah. So he's done the coursework. He's done the coursework, but he hasn't started his dissertation, which means he can start it at any point and have the full time life.
Yeah. Mine is actually in electrical engineering with a focus in applied robotics.
Okay.
I am an actual IRL tech priest.
I'm in human-computer interaction, so I'm also a master in applied science in human-computer interaction. So also a bit of a tech priest.
I have my master.
The...
Hang on, I have my master's in information technology strategy. Also, a dedicated tech priest.
No, you're a heretic because that sounds very close to AI.
Yeah.
It's not AI at all.
So what
actually.
I'm hearing is you're the butthead who hands me the impossible schematic and goes, figure out how to make this work, and then I'm just going, great, I gotta figure out power supply, I gotta figure out this and that. You're the reason I sit up at night and scream like a banshee into the void.
No, I'm the guy who looks at who's going to be attacking us and figures out, oh, well, okay, so the threat is most likely coming from this place. This is their typical strategy profile for when they make an attack. This is what we have to be watching out. That's who I am.
I just got my bachelor's in cybersecurity.
Congratulations! You didn't tell me you graduated.
Congratulations!
Because I don't think getting a bachelor's is an achievement.
It is.
I didn't even walk. Is how much of an achievement I didn't think this was.
Look,
okay,
I didn't walk
just
when
because
I
you
got
have a
my
family doesn't mean you don't get to celebrate.
I didn't walk when I got my bachelor's, but that's because I would have had to walk while carrying a screaming toddler at the same time.
Okay, say again, King?
Just because you have a shitty family doesn't mean we don't get to celebrate your achievements. You let us know this shit. I gotta let the server know. We gotta get you something.
No, you don't. It's just a bachelor's.
It's a bachelor's degree.
Congratulations, you have officially been adopted by the Space Dad. The Space Dad is proud of you for getting your bachelor's.
Why do I keep getting adopted?
Because you have a family.
This is like the 4th person to adopt me this week.
Apparently, I have adopted half of my damn Twitch community.
That is a bit of an over-exaggeration. You were the 2nd person to adopt.
That's still a lower percentage than Grandpa, who adopts his entire Twitch community.
Wait, who's Grandpa?
Good friend of mine.
Good friend of ours, yeah.
Yeah. Oh God. All I gotta say is,
where would I be on the tech spectrum since my specialty is cybersecurity?
Oh, you're better than a servo skull.
I don't think I'm much better than a servo, so I'm gonna be honest.
Well, they haven't lobotomized you, so you're not a servitor yet.
Probably Skitari. Probably Skitari.
No, because Skitari are lobotomized. You got to remember, they're basically just murder servitors. When you get down to it. Let's see. Here's the one thing though with mine.
I would be a Lex mechanic. I would be a Lex mechanic.
I can legitimately pull the tech priest flex because I have developed weapons. In my case, I had to find a way to be able to support my household because I had a kid, and I was also needing to finish my stuff and get my master's so I could actually secure my job.
Mm-hmm.
They
look at it. They're like,
covered.
Can you do the degree? Yeah. All right. I don't think you're gonna have. Yeah. Look, you're not gonna have any issue passing the clearance. All right.
Yeah.
Why am I not? How do you know that? I could have been a super hacker in my youth. You don't know.
That would potentially make you even more hireable.
You need to understand that when they look at somebody who does cyber crimes, they're like, so you have 2 options: go to prison or go to work for us.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was gonna say, do you realize how many people in like the cybersecurity field started out as black hats and then realized there's more money in going white hat?
There's more money and less chance of prison time.
I'm gonna be
99.9% less chance of prison time.
I'm gonna be fully honest though. I barely know how to use Linux. I was not a super hacker.
What?
I didn't go MIT, but I went to about the next best thing that you can have in our field. I did my master's at Carnegie Mellon.
Ooh.
I got my bachelor's from Tidewater Community College.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Let me explain something to you, Anna. The way to win the system is to get your bachelor's as cheaply as possible and get someone else to pay for you to go to as prestigious of a master's program as you can.
I don't know about it in the States, but at least in Canada, a thing that I've learned is that no one gives any shit to where your bachelor came from. It is the least important thing you could possibly have.
I'm sorry. I mixed up when I have an associate's.
Oh.
That. I'm sorry.
Okay, now I understand why you're like. It's still worth noting, but I now understand why you weren't bragging from the rooftops.
I am bad at names. I'm sorry.
That said, the program I linked you, Smart, you can use it to get the rest of your bachelor's. You don't need to wait and get a bachelor's and then use it to get your master's. In fact, if you find one of those schools that'll do like a bachelor's, master's sequentially, you can get it to pay for both of them together.
I think Old Dominion does that. I don't know.
I still get a little bit of a smile anytime somebody looks at my CV and they go, "Is that an actual college?" When they look at where my first school was.
What was your first school?
Moorhead State University.
You went to Moorhead?
I went. Dude, fucking Moorhead is like 3 hours from where I live.
Yo, good for you.
Go Eagles.
I'm sorry for the mix-up. I'm bad at names.
It's all good.
It's all good, yeah.
You're a friend, Anna. We're here as supportive of you, okay?
They're like Moorhead. And they either know it right off the bat because, Moorhead is primarily a college you go to get a teaching degree, a medical degree, or a technical degree.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually considered like as much of a small like town like university as it is. The school only has like at any given time anywhere from 10 to 12,000 students. No, really small when you get down to it. But
it reminds me of York College, which was
it's
the town I
considered almost an Ivy League school
for its
these
field.
days. Yeah, for its field because it is very, very well respected. You get a lot of smart sons of at school. Just don't go there if you want to be an athlete because their sports teams are notoriously terrible.
I'm also not all too smart. I got mostly C's.
You got mostly C's in your gen eds.
Well, good news. I know plenty of people who graduated from Moorhead with GEDs. That's the thing. Moorhead will accept anybody.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like part of their core ethos is like, we don't care about grades. We care about your work ethic. If you're willing to prove that, yes, you do have like the functional smarts to be a normal human being, we will get you the education you need.
This is the last thing we need to clean. Is this wheel?
And the school used to also be really cheap to go to. It used to be like $11,000 a year, and that was like tuition, room and board, like everything.
All right, I need you guys to wait a second while we watch the.
Yeah, no worries.
Almost time to do the night.
So 9 voltage, you got banned from a game? What game and why?